when you think about hip-hop icons, moguls, you think about Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Puffy, even Master P. But I think we oftentimes forget about the Gotti brothers, Herb and Chris Gotti. What people don't know is that they've been developing and establishing artists and giving them a platform way before the Ja Rule and Ashanti days. This goes back to the 80s, putting tracks together for Jay-Z and even DMX. But they sit back and they receive their accolades accordingly. They're extremely humble. But what people don't know is, despite the music industry, they're successful businessmen all the way around the board. Today, I had the honor to sit back and gather some information from Chris Gotti, the business side of Murder Inc. Records, and not only receive information about the record business, but business in totality, how to separate friends from business and attorneys and contracts and all types of good stuff. Just a very informative interview that I know that you guys will definitely enjoy. A lot of vital information on how to become independent more ways than one. So this is the LMAC review. I'm gonna give it to you straight up, no chasing. Tune in. I'm sure that you'll enjoy it.
Where would I be without you, baby? So if you need me, if you want me, just put it on you. Because I love you, yeah. And don't you forget it. Whenever you need me, if you want me, to put it on you.
Chris Gotti from Murder Inc. Records, and we're gonna do an exclusive interview for the Illmatic View. So I got some good, deep questions for him. He's starting up a new business venture. We're going to get into all of that stuff, all the Def Jam, Murder Inc., all that good stuff. So,
can I ask you questions too?
You can.
All right, I'm just making sure
I'm
because
I
do want the name Illmatic. Of course, I'm a hip hop head, so that's Nas.
Yes.
How did you come up with that name?
L is my first letter of my name, Lexus, and I just spelled it out L, and I love Nas, so Illmatic. So I came up with that, and I figured it could tie in. I knew it was catchy.
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, right away, that's the first thing I noticed was that right there.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so how did you guys get started? I know that I've read stuff and watched some things, and you said you always saw something in your brother musically, and you wanted to be the business side.
Well, you know, originally, I don't want to say that originally. Like, originally, I was doing music.
Okay.
I wasn't producing, but I was DJing. And so one day I came home, and Irv was on my equipment. And I used to tell them, don't use my equipment when I ain't there, because I didn't want no one to break in and steal it. When they hear the music, they might want to break in and steal it. We grew up in Hollis, and that's what was going on at that time. It's actually how I got my equipment, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so I come home and I see Baby J, one of the DJs that was on the neighborhood, and he's telling me, don't get mad, because I heard the music, and I knew he was in there playing the music, and I was like, I told him not to get in. Jay's like, don't be mad. Your brother's getting real good. So I rip open the door. What are you doing in here? Ah. He just stopped. Everybody over there, you know what I'm saying? He just stopped and looked at me. I said, I told you don't get on my stuff. Man, you won't be happy till it's missing, and we ain't gonna have nothing. He don't say nothing. I said, let me see what you're doing. And man, that day, again, I got goosebumps just telling, because that day he just started doing all types of tricks. That's when he used to be a battle DJ. Okay. So now, mind you, he's probably what, 15, maybe 16.
How many years apart are you guys?
3.
Okay.
I'm 3 years older than her. And he just started doing all types of tricks, spinning around, doing hands. So I could do books, and I have television and movies already.
You'll do bloggers after today.
You know, I tell everyone I'll get to everybody, but it's. I give out so much advice to artists, I have to heed the same advice. I'll be a hypocrite if I don't. And one of the things I tell everybody is, kill one thing. My one thing is adventure, music for artists. Once I kill that, I'll get to the producers. Kill that, then I'll come to, you know what I'm saying? I'll get to DJs. And it's so easy, it's all there for me, but I'm starting with one thing. And that keeps me focused so I don't dilute what I got to do, because it's so hard to get past certain hurdles. If you start trying to multitask, doing so many other things and different types of businesses, you get lost. You'll never win.
What do you think the music industry right now is missing?
Man, the biggest thing is development. There's no development. They expect artists, technically, when you think about how the record labels approach your music, they expect the artist to walk in off the street with a hit record, already knowing how to act, how to talk to you. I could talk to anybody because I already know. I got 30 years, and you can't stump me. I got too much information, too much knowledge. Artists don't have that. They need to practice. You read a contract today, no one could figure that out but the lawyers.
Right.
I could do it, but again, that's from 30 years of doing it and making sure I want to.
And that's what would sign their life away. What contract?
You know, I'm a person. If I'm doing anything with money, I want to know what I'm getting paid. People don't know what they get paid. I never understood that. That to me would never make sense to me. Like, you work 20 hours and you're supposed to get this much money, and when your check comes, you really didn't know what you was getting. I see it all the time in casinos when they gamble. They make a bet, and then the dealer pays them, and they don't know what they're supposed to get. How do you gamble that? It's very relevant to everything. I just gotta understand.
A lot of information. You have a lot of knowledge.
Thank you. I do a lot of business, so it's not just. I have a hedge fund business, so I dealt with hedge fund, corporate America, and the hedge fund space. And that's when I really found out, hedge fund and insurance, I had an insurance business. That's when I really found out how fucking bad record label executives are. Like, you had nothing to compare it against, if you understand. And then when I went into these other fields and see how they treat their execs and how they pay everybody for doing business, you know, like you said, you wanted to be an A&R. So I use that as an example because A&R brought all the talent back then, right? Think of all the A&Rs that brought all of these artists, and guess what? They don't own nothing to that artist.
Yeah, right.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
They develop the artist.
See, in all those other spaces, you eat what you kill. Meaning, if those artists were yours in the hedge fund world, you're still owning that shit.
Right. You're making money.
You're still making money. You could sell it even if you want, but it's yours to sell. They're taking everything. The record labels is taking everything and playing on the ignorance of the culture, the black culture, really. The minorities, not just black Latins too. They got it crushed too. Crushed them, you know. So at the end of the day, that's what they played on. And I went to this concert last night. I was just saying, you know, I was ignoring. So it was like all the older rappers, Rakim, M.O.B. I'm just listening to all these hit records they got. And I look at them and I don't see them with the money that those records represent. We're 20 years later and those records are still relevant. Still, the Barclays Center was packed so we could make money.
It's been said that the government has been investigating, have the hip hop industry on investigation since the 90s, even before the Tupac.
And I'm telling you, I would say absolutely, and I would say that it's coming from as high as the president's office. I think today is less, but I felt it was that high.
George Bush was
when I could sit and tell, I got statistics because see, one of the things we was ignorant to was that whole trial, right? I never was under investigation. I didn't know you had to pay lawyers for something that you ain't even charged with a crime. And we're spending, millions of dollars. Every month, their bills is coming in crazy. And we're like, what the hell's going on? Like,
and all through that time, you guys couldn't distribute your music. Charlie was supposed to produce an album out. None of that could happen.
We had no support of our infrastructure, which was Universal.
Right.
So when it's time to put out a record and they're not supporting it, what you got nothing. It was,
They wasn't solid behind loyal at that point.
Why did they start? They sided with the government because the government basically said, if you don't cooperate with us, we're gonna go get you too. Because they're our partner, right? If I'm under investigation, they gotta be under investigation. We're 50-50. Where did the money come from? It came from Universal. It don't come from me, right?
Right.
People don't understand that money came from the check written to Supreme McGriff for the Crime Partners movie. It was $1 million.
Which is, it's funny you say that. Donald Goins is my father's stepfather.
I know. That's one of the people we was dealing with, God bless, you know what I'm saying, to get everything done with Prem.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, that movie that was made, that Supreme made, he got loans from us. He got loans from Rough Riders and DMX. He got loans from Snoop Dogg. He got loans from Jay-Z. It wasn't just Murder Inc., but they just picked him. So when I say I felt it was just targeted because of, let's say, the ignorance of the government at the moment, saying they don't understand rap music. They looked at Murder Inc. as a name. They looked at Irv Gotti as a name, Chris Gotti as a name. Mind you, my name is Lorenzo. You know what I'm saying? They know that.
Like you said, just a facade.
It's all part of the game. Jay-Z gave us that nickname, and he gave it to Irv. It just stuck to me. I didn't want it. It wasn't like I picked that name, you know what I'm saying? But it stuck to me because if Irv has got it, you got to be Gotti. Like, so once Jay gave Irv, like, Gotti as a nickname, it just hit me, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't shake it anyway. Now it's part of my DNA. Don't matter. Like, it's part of me. So, you know, I don't have a problem. So it is what it is. But that misconception of all of that between the 50 and we was in a perfect storm. I really look at it like that. And it's, again, everything's for a reason. You know, everything's for a reason. So, you know, what don't kill you make you strong.